Again, very good afternoon, everyone. So let me see today a new topic: dynamic scalability architecture. It is a very small topic, and let me see in the name itself: dynamic scalability. How we have two types of scalabilities. One is horizontal and vertical. Dynamically, at the time of runtime, whenever any resources has over, how automatically will be allocated maybe horizontal scalings or vertical scalings from the resource pools. Let me see that architecture, that is DSC. So dynamic scalability architecture, the main objective is an architectural model based on a system predefined scalability conditions. As I said you, we have scalability conditions, maybe horizontal and vertical. Based on that, it will trigger, means it will call that dynamic allocation of IT resources from resource pools. Now this allocation, this dynamic allocation enables variable utilization as dedicated by the usage demand fluctuations, or since unnecessary IT resources are efficiently reclaimed without any required manual intersection. So this interaction have done with the help of, it will be variable utilization. Maybe one cloud consumer will be utilized more, some other cloud consumer can utilize less, some other can be utilized another more and more. Based on that, the allocation has to be enable variable utilization. It is not a balanced utilization, it is a variable utilization to avoid, that is to avoid any demand fluctuations, whether based on the usage demand fluctuations or unnecessary IT resources are efficient decline without any manual interaction. Automatically, it has to be done. Now, as I said, you two types of dynamic scalabilities will be there. One is the dynamic horizontal scaling and dynamic vertical scaling. Let me discuss dynamic horizontal scaling. It is how IT resources instances like scale out and scale in. So this two, scale in and scale out, can be handle the fluctuations workloads. Now how it will be handled means the automatic scaling listener. Like if you observe, if you have remember the workload distribution, we have a listener in middle of the cloud consumer and cloud provider. We have a listener, right? So the same fashion here, the automatic scaling listener monitors the request and signals resource allocation to initiate IT resources duplication as per the requests and permissions. So with the help of this automatic scaling listener, it will be take care of the scale out and scale in. That is, it will be enlarged or it can be how reduces based on that the request from the cloud consumers. And the second one is vertical scale. Now this IT resources instances are up and down, that is scaled up and scaled down. As discussed, the memory can be increased over here. Like the vertically the slots will have, vertically we can increase it. So it will be adjusted the processing capacity in the sense the speed up of the process, speed up the computing. To make adjustment of that processing capacity, you can use the single IT resource. So in the virtual server that is being overloaded can have the memory dynamically increased, or it may be have processed core added. Process core added in the sense like another extra core processor can be added over that. So these are the two types of dynamic scaling over here. What is dynamic horizontal scaling and dynamic vertical scaling. And coming to the third part of dynamic relocation. Relocation is nothing but when we have dealing with IT resources, relocated a host to more capacity. Meaning of this one is relocated meaning is, say for example, you are replacing or you are going to be upgrading your system. Like previously you have the i3 processor, or maybe have seventh generation. Now you can go for eighth generation the processor, or previously you have 4 GB RAM, currently you have 8 GB RAM. You can increase. Previously you have 1 TB data hard disk, and now you can increase to 2 TB. Like this, you can upgrade the things. That is, relocation is nothing but IT resources is relocated to a host with more capacity. More capacity means we can enhancing, upgrading of that. So, for example, a database may be needed to move from a tape-based SAN, that is storage area network, to a disk-based SAN for 4 GB per second IO capacity to another disk-based SAN storage device with 8 GB per second IO capacity. This is one example for dynamic relocation. That is tape-based SAN from 4 GB to disk-based SAN from 8 GB, from 4 GB to 8 GB. Now let me have discussed, as I said to you earlier also, for every architecture, we have talked about the theme, means purpose of that architecture, followed by some little bit of the explanation, followed by the graphical representation, how it will be considered. Now we see three graphical representation, how the cloud services and consumer making use of this dynamic scaling. So see the figure one, here the step one, here the step one, cloud service consumer here, and from here to how they are going to be automatically scaling. As I said, the listener, automatic scaling listener, here the listener monitors the allocation of the IT resources. So these are the instances, service instances, maybe horizontal instances or vertical instances. From this, the virtual host, the server host, what we'll do is cloud service consumer or sending request to a cloud service. This is the first one, first step. Up to this is the first step. Here one explanation here. So sending a request. Now, what is the second step here? The second step, what it will be do is from the listener to the instances, the automatic scaling listener monitors the cloud service to determine if predefined capacity thresholds are being exceeded or not. Predefined means predefined capacity, whatever it is there, it is exceeding. If it is so or not, it will be monitor the capacity thresholds. That is the job of automatic scaling listener. In the second figure, that is 1-2 steps is over there in the first figure. Now in the second figure, see the third step. Third step, 4, 5, we are discussing this. The third step is talking about the number of requests coming from cloud service consumer increases. See, previously in this one, it is a 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 arrow marks. Only 3 arrow marks will be there, right? So now it is increasing. The number of services is go to again 2 more has to increase. The cloud service consumer, the request coming from that is increasing. At the time, what will we do is see the workload exceeds the performance threshold. The automatic scaling listener determines the next course of action based of predefined scaling policy. Now, in the fourth step, here in the fourth step, what will we do is this automatic scaling listener will monitor if it is exceeded to the capacity threshold. Automatically, what is doing here determines it's an action based of predefined scaling policy. If it is exceeded, what will happen? If the cloud service implements deemed eligible for additional scaling, the automatic scaling listener initiate the scaling process in this one. Now what will we do is these are the two. Previously it is a only 3 requests, 3 capacity. This is a 2 or the exceeded for that. It is a exceeded of that predefined condition capacity. Now for that, what will we do the ASL, that is automated scaling listener will do is it will be initiate, automatic scaling listener initiates the scaling process. These two has to be required. So automatic scaling listener notice cloud service instances overloaded with requests. So it is again initiated the service. The second graphical representation. Now 1, 2 in the first figure, 3, 4, 5 in the second figure. Now see the 6, 7, 8 the steps. What will we do? The automatic scaling listener sends a signal to the response replication mechanism. So the resource replication mechanism, it will be sent. This is the sixth step. When it is exceeding the number of requests coming from the cloud service consumer. So it will be sent that the seventh step, here the seventh step, what will be do is, what will happen, which creates more instances of the cloud service. Here, the resource replication will create more the request, whatever the request has to create more instances. This is in the seventh step. Now let me see what will be happen in the eighth step. Now that the increased workload has been accommodated, the automatic scaling listener resumes monitoring and retracting. So this retracting and adding IT resources as required. So it will be added over here. This is the eighth step. It will be done. So how it will be done is previously we have the only one virtual server host. Again, it created one more virtual host. As we discussed previous also, when we want based on the request is we are going to be making a group of resources. Will be with a based on that we can make a siblings of that. We can make sibling resource pools. We can make sibling resources. We can make nested pools based on the requirement. We can do the IT resources, not only virtual host, server host, but also the resources also we can do it, right? So like this, the resource replication will be created the more number of instances based on the requests coming from the cloud service consumer. So in this 3 figures, 1, 2 in the first figure, 3, 4, 5 in second, in the third figure, 6, 7, 8. Totally 8 steps will be to giving a clarity that how a dynamic scaling architecture will be performing over here, right? And as part of this, last part of the every architecture is mechanisms, right? So the mechanisms is talking about here, three mechanisms are going to discussing. Cloud usage monitoring, as we are dealing with the scaling, dynamic scaling architecture. Now, based on the cloud usage monitors, track the runtime usage in response to dynamic fluctuations. Whether any dynamic fluctuations are there, it has to monitor by this mechanism. The hypervisor, as we are using the virtual server host, definitely we required invoked by a dynamic scaling system to create or remove virtual server instances. Like in the previous figure, here we are going to be creating virtual server host, that is for creating the multiple instances, more instances. The hypervisor has to take care of that. Any dynamic scalability system is there to create a virtual server host or to remove the virtual host based on the number of requests coming from the cloud service consumer. That is, create the number of instances. And pay per use, definitely, as it is a dynamic in nature, definitely we have to collect the information, cost information in response to the scaling of IT resources. So these are the three mechanisms will deal with the dynamic scaling mechanism, scaling architecture. So what we have discussed in this dynamic scaling architecture is the main objective of this one is we have to make sure that the predefined scaling conditions, based on that, it has to trigger the dynamic allocation of IT resources from resource pools. So how it will be done is we have dynamic horizontal scaling, dynamic vertical scaling, and dynamic relocation. So how it will work out, we have seen the number of the steps, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different steps. And it follows the three mechanisms. One is cloud usage monitor, second hypervisor, and third one pay-per-use monitor. Okay, so this is about the dynamic scaling architecture.